Imagine, you are sleeping peacefully in a grand, luxurious bed. It is the spring of 1906. You live in the wealthiest, most glamorous city on the western coast of the United States. The streets outside your window are paved with shiny cobblestones. The harbor is filled with massive trading ships from all over the world. You have a beautiful home, a successful business, and a bright future. But at 5:12 in the morning, your entire reality violently shatters. A deep, terrifying roar echoes from deep beneath the earth. It sounds like 1,000 rushing trains. The solid ground beneath your beautiful house suddenly behaves like liquid ocean waves. Your walls tear completely apart. The ceiling collapses in less than 60 seconds. Your wealthy paradise is transformed into a chaotic, dusty nightmare. This is the terrifying story of the Great San Francisco Earthquake. It is an original story of incredible destruction, desperate survival, and the catastrophic fire that consumed an entire empire. By the beginning of the 20th century, San Francisco was the shining jewel of the Pacific coast. It was born from the legendary gold rush. It grew rapidly into a booming center of culture, banking, and international trade. The city was famous for its steep hills, its elegant Victorian mansions, and its bustling, crowded neighborhoods. Hundreds of thousands of people called this vibrant city their home. They felt completely secure. They were busy building their fortunes. They had absolutely no idea that their beautiful city was built directly on top of a massive, hidden geological monster. This monster was the San Andreas Fault. It is a massive crack in the surface of the earth, stretching for hundreds of miles. And the enormous tectonic plates beneath the city had been locked together, building unimaginable pressure for many decades. On the quiet morning of April 18th, that immense geological pressure was finally released. The city was mostly asleep. A few early workers were walking on the quiet streets. A police officer was patrolling the produce market. At exactly 5:12 in the morning, a sudden foreshock struck the city. It was strong enough to wake people up, but it only lasted for a few brief seconds. People sat up in their beds, confused and frightened. They waited in the dark, hoping the shaking was over. But the foreshock was merely a quiet warning. Approximately 20 seconds later, the true monster completely woke up. The main earthquake hit the city with an absolutely devastating force. The massive tectonic plates violently slipped past each other. The earth literally split open. The shaking was so incredibly violent that it threw people completely out of their beds. Heavy wooden furniture flew across the rooms. Massive brick chimneys snapped in half and crashed through roofs. The Grand City Hall, which had taken over 20 years to build, was completely ruined in mere seconds. Its massive dome collapsed into a pile of broken stone. The violent shaking lasted for approximately 45 terrifying seconds. To the terrified citizens, it felt like an absolute eternity. When the shaking finally stopped, the silence was deafening. The air was completely filled with thick, choking dust. People stumbled out of their ruined homes in their night clothes. They were bleeding, covered in gray plaster, and entirely in shock. They looked at their beloved city and saw only absolute ruin. But the nightmare was actually just beginning. The earthquake was only the first part of the disaster. The true enemy was about to emerge from the broken streets. Beneath the streets of San Francisco, a massive network of pipes carried highly flammable gas to light the homes. Right next to them, another network of pipes carried fresh water for the city. The violent earthquake had completely shredded these fragile pipes. Highly explosive gas was now leaking rapidly into the ruined, dusty buildings. All it took was a single spark to ignite a catastrophe. And unfortunately, there were thousands of sparks. Broken electrical wires, overturned heating stoves, and scattered oil lamps provided the ignition. Within a few short minutes, dozens of separate, hungry fires broke out across the shattered city. One famous fire was allegedly started by a woman simply trying to cook breakfast for her family. It became known as the Ham and Eggs Fire. As the flames began to spread, the brave firefighters of San Francisco rushed to their horse-drawn wagons. They raced through the debris-filled streets, ready to fight the blaze. But when they connected their heavy hoses to the city fire hydrants, they discovered a terrifying truth. There was absolutely no water. The broken pipes had drained the reservoirs completely dry. The firefighters stood entirely helpless. The separate fires quickly joined together to form massive, unstoppable walls of flame. The fire created its own powerful weather system, drawing in heavy winds that pushed the inferno faster and faster. The flames roared through the wooden neighborhoods and the grand commercial districts. The heat was so incredibly intense that it melted solid glass windows and twisted heavy steel beams. The military was quickly called in to help. The commanding general made a highly controversial and desperate decision. He ordered his soldiers to use heavy explosives and dynamite to destroy whole blocks of perfectly good buildings. He wanted to create a gap, a firebreak, to stop the advancing flames. But the soldiers were not trained experts in demolition. They used too much dynamite. Instead of stopping the fire, the massive explosions actually threw burning debris onto nearby roofs, starting even more fires. The desperate plan completely backfired. The city was now burning from the earthquake, burning from the gas, and burning from the military explosives. The panicked citizens realized that no one was going to save them. Hundreds of thousands of people packed whatever they could carry and fled toward the large city parks and the open waters of the bay. The disaster presented a massive logistical nightmare for the government. The army had to quickly establish massive refugee camps. They set up long soup kitchens to feed the starving, terrified population. Diseases threatened to break out in the crowded, dirty camps, but strict military doctors managed to keep the epidemics under control. The resilience of the survivors was truly inspiring. People who had lost all their immense wealth stood in line, right next to poor laborers, sharing what little food they had. They watched their beautiful city turn to ash. The massive fire roared without mercy for 3 agonizing days and nights. The sky above the city glowed an eerie bright orange. The smoke could be seen from hundreds of miles away. It only finally stopped when there was simply nothing left to burn, and a gentle rain began to fall on the ashes. The devastation was absolute and total. Over 80% of the beautiful city of San Francisco was completely destroyed. Over 300,000 people were left entirely homeless, living in temporary canvas tents in the city parks. The official death toll was initially reported in the hundreds, but modern historians believe that over 3,000 people lost their lives in the disaster. It remains one of the worst natural disasters in the entire history of the United States. But the resilient people of San Francisco refused to be defeated. Before the ashes were even fully cold, they began to rebuild. They cleared the massive piles of debris. They built stronger, safer buildings. They redesigned the water system to ensure it would never fail them again. In just a few short years, a new, more magnificent city rose from the ashes of the old one. They proved that human determination is stronger than the shifting earth. The city survived the shaking ground and the roaring flames. But the earth is not the only thing that can suddenly collapse and destroy millions of lives. Sometimes, the most devastating disasters are not created by nature, but by human greed and blind ambition. What happens when the wealth of an entire nation suddenly evaporates into thin air in a single afternoon? In our next episode, we will travel forward to the Roaring Twenties. We will uncover the wild parties, the reckless gambling, and the terrifying crash that plunged the entire world into the Great Depression. Stay tuned, because the foundation of wealth is often more fragile than the earth beneath our feet. If you lost your home to a disaster today, what is the single most important thing you would save? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Hit that subscribe button, and join us next time as we uncover the thrilling shadows of history.